Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Haskett. It's March 23rd, 2020. We're in the middle of a pandemic. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about self-care. Last week, we talked about fighting to be positive. We talked about gratefuls and how powerful gratefuls are to pull power into your life and action into your life. The ability to take action in a new way, as you see things differently. So what we're going to talk about today and probably this week is self-care. And self-care is as simple as this. It's the airplane metaphor, right? It's the mask is dropping, the oxygen mask is dropping. You've got people around you that rely on you. So what do you do first? You put the mask on you. Even though that seems selfish, even though that seems contrary to part of our human instinct, it's what you need to do if you actually want to be functioning in your life and functioning to help the people in your life. So when I think of self-care, I think of going on the attack. I think often people say to me things like, boy, you're pretty aggressive. I had a LinkedIn interaction with someone who was very, reasonably said, why do you say fight to be positive? Why not choose to be positive? And I was like, well, because I believe in choice. I have a rule that's in your choice lies your life. Like in your choice lies everything. But I believe that humans have to fight to be positive because we have to fight. It's often harder than just a choice. Often we have to fight our way to that choice, and then we have to fight our way into that choice, and we have to continue fighting to make that choice. Because we're wired to be human. And with humans, we're wired, first of all, to be negative. So I believe in going on the attack on a variety of things. And so in self-care, I believe that means going on the attack. It doesn't just mean, when I need it, I guess I sleep. And I guess, when I need it, I take some time for myself. I believe that you need to be thinking of the most important elements that you need when you wake up. And in my world, I put rules around me. Like you guys can see right there, I've got whiteboard wallpaper all around me so I can look at any time and see the things that I want to be thinking about, that I want to be changing the way I think about it. I want to change the way I see them. I want to change the way I act towards them. So for example, in terms of self-care, what I would argue is to seek out joy. If you want to take care of yourself, fill yourself full of as much glory as you possibly can, to fill your life so that when you reach the holes and you fall into the pothole, or you go smashing into a tree or whatever it is that's in your way, you have this overabundance of power and energy to help you get out of those problems and places and challenges. So it's not just enough, I believe, to try to be in a good mood. You should seek out joy. You should put as much of the most amazing things that you can into your life so that when you are down and you need help, you have those resources, not just piddly meager, I had a decent time 4 months ago at that one thing. Know that today I had joy in my life, and that joy helps me to overcome the deeper parts. Let's talk about this in terms of the power of play. I was just on my trampoline this week, and we have a big hedge around our place, so luckily we're relatively isolated. And I was jumping with my kids when I was in a really bad mood. Like I get in really bad moods, really bad ones. And I was thinking, let's use the power of play to get out of this. And I went and jumped on the trampoline, and I started to have a good time. It's amazing how much we hold on to our ability to have a lousy time. Because as I started to realize, I smiled a little. My daughter was laughing, and I started to feel a little. And then I went, I'm not in a good mood. I'm in a lousy mood. Don't forget, I'm in a lousy mood. And so my whole body, brain shut down the happiness I felt. That's a human, normal response to our situation, is to go, no, there's good, forget it. I'm going to be focusing on the negative, forget the good. This is why we seek out joy. So in that moment when I thought to myself, look at what I'm doing. I'm holding on to crap instead of grabbing onto joy. That is where you think of the rules that are in your life. Write them down, put them where you'll see them. And then you move towards that rule. So for me, seek out joy. In the midst of what we're in, and the deeper and darker you are down that hole, the more you have to seek out joy, the things that lift you up. I don't think it's easy. As a matter of fact, I think these are the hardest things to do in the world. I think it is hard to fight to be positive, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. I think it's hard to seek out joy, but that doesn't mean if we don't do it, if we don't seek out joy, it means that we turn away from the power that joy has. And joy has a lot of power. And if your name is Joy, more power to you. My name is Roger. We're talking about self-care. And I believe going on the attack means to seek out joy every day, all the time you can, especially when you are deep and down that deep dark hole. This is another type of grateful, pulling power towards you by fighting to be positive. Seek out joy.